What if I told you that most of your stress comes from a single mistake? This mistake is common and happens every single day. It destroys your confidence and kills your best relationships. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. That mistake is taking things personally when they have nothing to do with you. Think about your last week for a moment. How many times did a small comment ruin your mood? How many times did you replay a conversation in your head? We often let the words of others dictate how we feel about ourselves. We make their problems about us when they are really about them. This is costing you your peace of mind and your success. But today, everything changes. You are about to learn how to protect your emotional energy. You will learn how to never let someone else's issues become your reality again. Welcome to Elite Summaries. We are dedicated to helping you unlock your highest potential through powerful insights. If you want to master your mind and improve your life, please subscribe and join our community. Now, let us dive back into the secrets of emotional immunity. Your brain is actually wired to take things personally. This is not a flaw in your character. It is an ancient survival mechanism. Millions of years ago, being rejected by your tribe meant death. Your brain developed a sensitive system to detect social threats. It treats criticism like a life or death situation. When someone critiques your work, your ancient brain thinks of survival. When a friend does not text back, your mind assumes abandonment. This is called the fundamental attribution error. You think their behavior is about you when it is almost always about them. Most people are absorbed in their own fears and struggles. They barely have the energy to judge you. They are caught in their own internal drama. But your brain creates a narrative about why you are not good enough. Then it looks for evidence to support that story. This leads to constant social anxiety. You become hypervigilant to rejection. You might become defensive or try too hard to please others. Understanding this neuroscience is the first step to freedom. Your initial reaction is not reliable information. It is just your brain perceiving a potential threat. There are 4 common types of attacks that feel personal but are not. The first is the projection attack. This is when someone criticizes you for their own insecurities. A colleague who questions your work ethic might be struggling with their own productivity. They cannot tolerate their own flaws, so they look for them in you. The sign of projection is intense emotion. If their reaction is way too big for the situation, it is about them. The second is the displacement attack. This happens when someone takes out their frustration on a safe target. Your boss might be stressed about a spouse and then snap at you. They do not know how to process their emotions. They hit the person who is least likely to fight back. If someone's behavior changes suddenly, look at the stress in their life. Their treatment of you likely has nothing to do with your actions. The third type is the insecurity attack. People put you down to make themselves feel better. Confident and happy people do not need to do this. If someone always finds fault with you, their self-esteem is likely very low. Their criticism is not feedback. It is information about their own inner turmoil. The fourth is the control attack. This happens when people have rules in their head that they never told you. They get upset when you do not meet their secret expectations. They use phrases like, "you should have," or "you were supposed to." They are actually upset that they cannot control your choices. Understanding these patterns allows you to see behavior for what it is. It is information about their internal state, not your worth. Taking things personally has a high price. It hijacks your nervous system and spikes your stress hormones. Your body goes into fight or flight mode over imaginary threats. This chronic stress rewires your brain for anxiety. It makes it harder to feel secure. It also ruins your relationships. People start walking on eggshells around you. They stop giving you honest feedback because you might fall apart. You train people to manage your emotions instead of their own. This destroys true intimacy. Intimacy requires holding space for someone else without making it about you. It also stops your career growth. Leadership requires making decisions based on facts, not hurt feelings. If you take things personally, you will avoid conflict and please people instead of leading. You might even get sick with headaches or insomnia. You become a slave to the opinions of others. Here is a truth that will set you free. What people do and say is always about them. It is never about you. Everyone sees the world through their own filter of past pain and fear. When someone is cruel, they are revealing their own internal patterns. If someone is distant, they might be dealing with depression or debt. Their state is a reflection of their inner world. People can only give what they have. If someone was never taught healthy communication, they cannot give it to you. Their limitations are about their journey, not your value. Every negative comment is actually the speaker telling you about their own experience. If someone gets very upset about something small, you have touched an old wound. Their reaction is about that pain, not your mistake. Trying to change yourself to please a critical person will not work. They will always find new things to criticize because the issue is inside them. When you understand this, you stop asking what you did wrong. You start wondering what they are going through instead. You must build a sense of worth that no one can touch. Most people rely on external validation. This makes you vulnerable to every mood around you. Self-esteem is based on performance and goes up and down. But self-worth is different. It is the belief in your inherent value as a human being. It is stable because it is not based on achievements. True self-worth starts with total self-acceptance. You must accept your flaws as a starting point, not a failure. Develop a kind internal voice. Talk to yourself like a patient friend. When you make a mistake, say, "I am learning," instead of "I am stupid." Build a strong value system. Let your values be your North Star. If you are living by your values, the opinions of others matter less. Practice self-appreciation every day. Notice what you did well. Celebrate your efforts, not just your results. You are not meant to appeal to everyone. If everyone liked you, you would not be authentic. Rejection is just neutral data. There's a powerful tool called the 3-second rule. Between a trigger and your reaction, there is a tiny window. In that moment, you have the power to choose. When someone upsets you, pause for 3 seconds. Ask yourself, is this about me or them? These 3 seconds give your logic brain time to turn on. Look for evidence. Is the person having a bad day? Is their reaction too big for the event? For example, if your boss snaps, notice they have been short with everyone. It is about their stress, not your work. If a friend does not text, remember they are overwhelmed with a new job. It is about their bandwidth, not your friendship. This rule interrupts your automatic patterns. It lets you respond with wisdom instead of reacting with impulse. During those seconds, you are choosing your energy. You keep your power instead of giving it away to someone else's mood. Every interaction is a coded message. People think they are talking about you, but they are talking about themselves. Criticism reveals the critic's own standards and fears. Someone who complains a lot is usually dealing with their own unhappiness. The more emotional the attack, the more it is about their unresolved issues. Even praise tells you what the other person values. If someone gets unusually angry, you are looking at their trigger. Their anger might be about feeling unimportant in the past. Your small action was just the spark. People's communication styles also reveal their inner world. Someone who manipulates likely never felt heard as a child. Someone who avoids conflict might have a deep fear of abandonment. Kind people are kind to themselves. Harsh people are harsh to themselves. Their default setting has nothing to do with what you deserve. You need to create emotional boundaries to protect your peace. These are like an invisible shield. The first is the responsibility boundary. You are responsible for your own emotions and choices. You are not responsible for the emotions of others. If a friend is upset, you can be supportive, but you are not responsible for making them feel better. The second is the interpretation boundary. You have the right to see a situation through your own lens. You do not have to accept someone else's version of reality. The third is the energy boundary. Protect your energy from drama and negativity. It is okay to leave a conversation that brings you down. The fourth is the standards boundary. You have a right to be treated with respect. Compassion for someone's struggle does not excuse their abuse. Setting boundaries may make others uncomfortable. Their reaction is information about the relationship. Healthy people will respect your limits. Handling very challenging people requires advanced immunity. Narcissists will make you responsible for their state. They use blame to protect a fragile ego. You cannot reason with them. Focus on your boundaries instead. Keep things factual and brief. Chronic victims are another challenge. They resist solutions because they want the attention of being in crisis. Set clear limits on your energy. Express empathy without taking on their stress. Emotionally volatile people have rapid mood changes. Do not try to manage their moods by walking on eggshells. Let them have their emotions without making them your problem. Manipulative people use guilt to get their way. They punish you for saying no. Simply state your position and do not argue. Family can be the hardest because they know your buttons. But blood does not give them the right to treat you poorly. You can love them and still have strong boundaries. In the workplace,
You must be a warrior for your peace. Professional criticism is usually about skills, not your character.
If a manager suggests a change, they want you to be more effective. Separate your performance from your identity. You are not your job. Most workplace stress is systemic. Your boss has their own deadlines and pressures. Their feedback is often driven by things you cannot see. Colleague conflict is usually about their own career fears. If a coworker takes credit, they are likely insecure about their value. Office politics are often about logistics, not your worth. Performance reviews are just roadmaps for growth. They are not personal report cards. Rejection for a promotion is often about timing or budget. It does not mean you are not capable. Treat every setback as a chance to build resilience. Authentic confidence is not about being perfect. It is about a solid relationship with yourself. False confidence depends on praise. It is a house built on sand. Authentic confidence remains stable even when things go poorly. It is based on self-awareness. Know your values and your triggers. Accept that you are a work in progress. You can admit when you do not know something without shame. Develop your own internal validation. Be the expert on your own experience. Accept that some people will not like you. Universal approval is impossible and exhausting. Rejection is often just a matter of fit or timing. It is not a verdict on your soul. When you are authentic, you give others permission to be authentic too. Your new life is about to begin. Imagine waking up without checking your phone for validation. Your first thoughts are about your own goals. Your relationships will be based on truth, not performance. You will stop walking on eggshells. Healthy relationships will deepen, and toxic ones will fall away. Your career will improve because you will make decisions based on values. You will speak up in meetings and take on challenges. Your mental health will transform as your nervous system regulates. You will sleep better and have more energy for what matters. You will become your own best friend. You will trust your own perceptions. You will surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries. Your contribution to the world will be more impactful. You will offer your unique gifts without fear of judgment. Rejection will no longer crush your spirit. Conflict will not send you into a panic. You will be resilient and unshakable. This is the ultimate freedom. You are free to be yourself and create the life you deserve. This is not just a nice idea. It is a new way of living that gets easier with practice. Your new life starts when you decide your inner peace is more important than someone else's opinion. You are ready to stop taking things personally. The tools are now in your hands. Your new life is waiting.